I'm going to say this about, and my second segment, as I alluded to the first part, that I really don't like, first of all, I'm not anti-Semitic. That's the first thing I want to say. Second of all, I don't think that Kyrie Irving is anti-Semitic. He just put something on there. What was it? Hebrews to Negroes may have a little bit of anti-Semitic content. Let me just explain something. Slavery is real, and the Holocaust was real. We lost millions and millions and millions and millions of human lives between those two time periods because of the color of the skin and the religion. I think Adolf Hitler is a sadist wherever he is now, hopefully stewing in his own juices in the 15 levels of hell. That's where he right. That's where he belongs.
At the bottom of the pit of the
However, the reason I said that I stand with Kyrie Irving, and a lot of people say, well, was you dogging him before? I'm like, I didn't like what he put out. Sometimes when you're in the National Basketball Association or in the National Football League where they lease African American people, then because that's what they do. You know, contracts they pay them to play a sport. Some things that you shouldn't say, in instance, you can't, especially when you're working for somebody else. And Human T-Rex brought up that point. Thank you very much. But the Brooklyn Nets suspended him for 5 games. He had to go up to meet with Commissioner Silva, who's Jewish, up in New York. But what they're making him do to try to get back on the team, he has to apologize, sensitivity training, like 6 things before he can come back and play for the Nets. Why don't you just trade him?
Trade him. Okay, but wait. Like the infomercials. But wait, there's more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, yes, you had a Holocaust. You have all these things that are going on, right?
Right.
Okay, so have not the Jewish people gotten reparations for what has happened to them?
Yes, they have.
Hold on. Have not the Indian people gotten reparations for what have happened to them?
The Asians.
Only one they trying to keep down, baby, is us. Where are our reparations? And people keep on they want to keep on putting that to, we can get our own, But how you think these Indians got all these, the casinos, and then you got all the Jewish people that have businesses and things like that? Because you don't want a people that pretty much built this land to get ahead. I want my acre and a mule. Can I have it, please?
Yeah.
So, Larry, would you admit that, last week you was mad at Kyrie because you didn't understand what he was trying to do?
I was upset at Kyrie because, the thing about it is I'm upset at Kyrie for one reason.
You should be, but let me hear.
The reason I'm upset at Kyrie is because of the simple fact of the matter is, and I'm going to say this. I was upset at Kyrie because of there's some things what did you say before? Like, where you are. And the thing about it is there was a couple of things that he didn't answer the owner back. He was calling things of that nature. And the owner was calling him. He just didn't want to answer back. Sometimes you just got to give him that respect to answer and say what's on your mind. Just don't ignore him at all. It's like me ignoring Johnny O. That's not happening. Unless I want to keep this show here. If Johnny O called me, I'll be like, you know what? What's up? And I'll tell him, if I have that relationship with you, when the owner's calling you about what's going on, it's like, hey, look, I'm not feeling, I'm not anti-Semitic. You know me, you know my character. Otherwise, you wouldn't have put me on this team. That's the only thing I'm mad about. But as far as them giving him these hoops and loops to jump through,
That ain't right.
that's not right neither. And the reason I say that is because he didn't create the damn thing. And just, Kyrie understands about Kyrie's a smart dude, even though he said the earth was flat, that's just his thing. But that's his thing, not mine. But the thing about it is, like, he thinks, like, sometimes you can outsmart yourself. And sometimes I've done that. So it's a reflection a little bit on myself, because y'all can outsmart myself. So it's like, nah. There's some things that are, you give people the proper respect.
Absolutely.
But what they're doing to him is they're trying to, like, and I don't agree with Stephen A. Smith a lot, but I'm agreeing with this one and a lot of other people. They're emasculating Kyrie Irving. And shout out to Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. He's part of the Players Association. That they're going to fight this suspension. And as well they should. That's their job. Their job is to fight the suspension. I just don't understand. Hold on for just a second. We got a call, don't we? Hello? Who is this? GMS. What's up, GMS? How you doing, man? All right, so what do you think about the Kyrie Irving situation? Just give your spiel. We got a whole show. I know I don't want you to take it up too much of our time, but go ahead, GMS.
My thing is about Kyrie, I stand with Kyrie for all his religious beliefs. For those that don't know, Shaquille O'Neal owns a theater in Newark, New Jersey that's showing that same movie.
Mm-hmm.
So for every finger that you point at somebody, it's two fingers pointing back at you. And a lot of people don't know Shaquille O'Neal owns that theater and is showing that same movie that Kyrie was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And most people don't understand the relation of Hebrew Israelite. So yeah, I stand with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because I understand that old saying goes, in order to fit in, sometimes you have to stand out.
Uh-huh.
But at the same time, sometimes you have to take the initiative to make a stand for somebody to stand with.
Exactly.
Because you fall for anything, you'll stand for nothing.
It's easy to sit back and point your finger at somebody and throw a rock. I didn't do it. But at the same time, if you don't do your homework, you wouldn't know that Shaq owned that theater in Newark, New Jersey, and he's finna show that movie.
Well, if he's the owner.
So the crazy part, 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 years.
This 2 years ago, this is how slow some people are. But I'm realizing that, and the reason I say that is because I don't agree with Nike canceling his contract either. A lot of people, people saying, well, boycott Nike because of Kyrie. Oh, that's going to be hard. Let me just explain the reason why. Because you're going to have to, and some people saying boycott the NBA, National Basketball Association. Okay. So here's the thing, as far as the Kaepernick situation, you're going to have to boycott every single thing that is advertised on National Basketball Association games, every single jersey manufacturer, almost every single soft drink, every single junk food, every single thing, that in order to make an impact, you just don't have to do it to just one product. You're going to have to do it to all products. That's the uncomfortable conversation that people don't want to have, including, I don't know, I'm like T-Mobile advertising. I got T-Mobile. I can't boycott paying my bill, but buying new products. See, GMS. See, just like I said with the NFL, we're not gonna watch the NFL. Well, what about those? And I get it. Playing devil's advocate. What about the people that love these teams who are African American, whose people are playing on these particular teams? Like Jay Moran's father, the Ball family, Lamar, his boys and stuff like that. Hell, our own Cleveland Cavaliers are 8-2. So it's like, so if you're going, so as African Americans, yes, we can say we're going to boycott it, but we're going to have to, like, it's going to be a hard lesson to boycott everything. That means you're going to have to grow your own, in some instances, you have to grow your own food, make your own clothes, not buy hand-me-downs, instead of buying from the manufacturer. Most of the stuff that I get, I'll be honest with you, some of the shirts I get are from Goodwill. And it's not the fact of the matter is because I can't afford them. Sometimes I can't. But the thing about it is like, it's not that. It's just the fact of the matter is that I'm not paying those high, ridiculous prices for stuff that I can get somewhere, clean it up, shape it up, and put it where it's supposed to be. You can have those we can have those conversations, but how much of these people are willing to sacrifice their sneakerhead selves to not buy them? Now, here's the thing. If Kyrie does come out with his own shoe by a different manufacturer, you can support that. But we know what the market is. We know who runs the market. It's Nike, Reebok, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, and Skechers.
He could actually
and New Balance.
He could buy his own manufacturing company and manufacture his own.
That could happen, but let me just break it down. Now, I saw this very interesting on Instagram. The salaries of players. They broke down Kyrie Irving's salary. I think Kyrie Irving makes like $35-40 a year. That's before taxes. There's a jock tax. That's already taken off $1 million. After they pay Uncle Sam and stuff like that, it comes down to maybe like $15,000-16,000 a year. But that's before that's before the bills and stuff happen. So, yeah, I mean, the thing about it is, they're mad at him for the shot because he didn't take the vaccine. They're mad at Kyrie for the vaccine. So, because in New York, they had a lockdown and it was mandatory for you to take the vaccine and to participate in anything. And that included him. He didn't want to do it. Home games, he wasn't a part of. So on the road games, and people were mad at him for like, why he didn't take the vaccine and things of that nature. So they're punishing him for that. They are punishing him because he didn't take the vaccine, because he felt like, I'm not trying to put anything in my body, things of that nature. So understandable that people were mad at him because they felt like they had a chance to go to the NBA Finals and win the NBA championship. I think Milwaukee wanted that win. That's when Giannis just...
Yeah, Milwaukee. But Magic Johnson pushed the narrative, made it mandatory for Kyrie to take it. Well, I think he should have took it. He could have won a championship. How do you put a ring? How do you allow a ring to define your life?
I mean...
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. I mean, okay. Whoa. Kyrie already got a ring with the Cavaliers. So he's already an NBA champion. Him and Kevin Durant are NBA champions. I mean, Kevin Durant they just didn't like Brooklyn wanted that same, because the New York basketball market, it's a big market, but the basketball market, basically the Knicks suck. so you're like, let's put it out there. And that's one of the biggest markets in America and in the world sometimes. So that's why they are doing what they're doing. Because they're...
Like you stated, it's going to get bigger than this. It's going to trickle down. You sit outside and roll a snowball, and as you roll it, it's going to pick up momentum and get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Like you stated, this could lead to
Right.
growing your own food, buying your own spring,
Mm-hmm.
clothing prices going up.
Right. So...
Yeah, it's going to get
And I understand it's like, well, you know, people don't want to be African anymore. What happened to being from Congo, Egypt, things of that nature? Understandable. You know, Jews and Israelites. And the thing about it is like, I'm going to say something controversial. And I always say this, and everybody has heard me before. I mean, Jesus was not white. Just saying.
He wasn't.
He was not white. Just saying.
The Bible says so.
So,
Of wool.
right. So, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know what his future holds with the Brooklyn Nets right now. You know, and the thing about it is like every other executive in the National Basketball Association, he's a talented player, but he will get on your nerves. That's pretty much what they're saying. So there's like, and as I'm going to get to LeBron's statement in a minute, LeBron James has been one of the most positive basketball players as far as me growing up watching him. And I watched Jordan, I watched Barkley, I watched Malone, I started watching the last part of the Lakers Celtics thing with Magic and Bird and things of that nature. I grew up with Iverson, you know what I'm saying? So, but I'm going to be honest with you. We can agree to disagree. I didn't agree with LeBron. I'm not coming down on LeBron. I just didn't agree with his statement, period. I just didn't agree with it because the real. Mm-hmm.
We all understand that they are professional athletes in the public's time. And I'm going to go left a little bit. When that young brother got shot in Akron, only thing you did was pulled up your Twitter account and said, I'm praying for my hometown Akron. You should have went up there and let that family know that you were sticking beside them.
Face to face, right.
That entails tell me that you done sold out the reason you didn't go up there and show your face. You didn't have to go up there and act a fool. It's a way to do anything. You catch more flies with honey than you do the other. Because
With vinegar.
Things are so much sweeter.
With vinegar.
With vinegar. That's with vinegar.
That ain't the saying.
Well, but
What's the saying?
what's the saying?
I know it.
Oh, it's a nasty saying. I am not saying. Well, I think vinegar is the watered down version.
It's
Say it.
shit.
Huh?
Shit.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right. So let me just. All right. I'm a GMS. I thank you very much for your support for yourself.
Yes.
That's Shayla. Jay's not here. We're sending prayers for Jay. Yeah.
You're welcome back.
All right. So we're about to go into our next break. When we come back, thank you, Ramina. Thank you, Eric, for supporting us. Thank you, GMS, for calling in. When we come back, we're going to elaborate on what's next for the country. Come back on the Headline Eye on Nerve DJs, WNRV1081.com.
Get on your nerves. Okay.